AJ the Science Guy. AJ the Science Guy. AJ, AJ, AJ. AJ the Science Guy.
CM Rules.
AJ the Science Guy.
Newton's 3 laws.
AJ, AJ the Science Guy. Sam. AJ the Science Guy.
Hi kids, today we're talking about Newton's 3 laws. You may wonder why when you shoot a gun, there's recoil.
What?
Yeah, that's Newton's 3rd law. We'll talk about that later. For now, let's head to AJ Labs. Welcome to AJ Labs, where all of our fun experiments take place. Newton's first law states that an object will not change in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Newton's first law can be displayed in multiple everyday ways. Like, let's say you have a kickball.
Here you go.
This kickball is not in motion right now, but if it's hit with an unbalanced force, like, let's say, my foot, what do you think will happen? That's right, it will start moving. Same thing happens when the ball hits the wall. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force, which in this case is the wall. Now let's talk about Newton's second law of motion. It's a math formula. It says force equals mass times acceleration. There are many examples of this law. Like, let's say I push this table as hard as I can. That table's heavy. I pushed it as hard as I could, but it barely moved. Now let's try using a tissue box instead.
Here you go.
Thank you. Now, let's push it as hard as I could, like I did with the table. Wow, I pushed that as hard as I could, but it went way farther. Why do you think that? Yes, that's right, because the table weighs more than the tissue box. We use this stuff almost every single day. Now, let's talk about the one that you've been waiting for this whole episode. The third and final law. That law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Like my little example down here. See how whenever he stepped forward, the tissue went backward? That's like Newton's third law. For every action, there's an opposite or equal reaction. Well, kids, that was all for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed today's video.
See you next time.